Hi everybody, just a few thoughts from me following on from Sunday's message. These are for our virtual Connect groups this week and also anybody else who would like to listen in at this time. So, Sunday's message was entitled Christ in the Storm. And we saw how Christ came to his disciples when they were isolated and storm battered, and he said, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." So, a simple thought from me. You see, right at the heart of what it is to have courage and not be afraid are the words of Jesus, "It is I." So our peace, that's our deep confidence of the soul, that inner contentment in all things, is not the result of a program or the power of positive thinking, but the outcome of our union with a person, Christ, who the Bible calls the Prince of Peace. There is true well-being in Jesus Christ. Take courage, Jesus said. Why? Because it is I. I am with you. Don't be afraid. You see, through Christ's death and resurrection, he brings us back to God. God sent his Son to bring us back to him. So in Christ, we discover what it is to do life in right relationship with God. That's life as God intended it. And that changes everything. Psalm 61 says, "Find rest, my soul, in God alone." Psalm 91 says, "Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." Matthew chapter 11 verses 28 to 30, Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." That's true rest. That's soul rest. Now, you can have rest of the body, but not necessarily rest of the soul. You can lie down to rest, but be in inner anguish, worry and stress, but Jesus offers true peace. Peace with God. Peace that trusts that he's got you. True well-being of the soul, and it's all in him. So he says, "Walk with me. Let's do this together and learn from me." We often find ourselves so busy with life that we forget to do what's most important. Luke chapter 10 tells us about the story of Mary and Martha, two sisters, and Jesus came to visit them. Martha was busy doing all the housework, and Mary just sat at Jesus' feet and listened to him. And Martha was really annoyed with Mary and complained to Jesus, "Don't you care that my sister's doing nothing? I'm the one that's doing all the work." And Jesus said, "Martha, you're so concerned and anxious, but Mary has chosen the better, and it will not be taken from her." As I went for my walk last night, my one walk a day with Fergus, that's my dog by the way, I was struck by how quiet everything is. There were no cars on the road. It was just like as it is when we have a big fall of snow. And it just suddenly struck me how so many of our lives have been forced to a stop. Our lives, which, let's face it, can sometimes be unhealthily busy at times, have been, well, interrupted. Can I just say, let's not waste this time. May we be like Mary. I'm going to be sharing more over these next few days about how we can use this time to pray, to give to those in need, to worship, to grow as individuals and families in our relationship with Christ. And for those of us who are still working, particularly our phenomenal health workers, may you also know that it was in the storm Christ said, "It is I." He is with you. Look, I've been sharing about using quiet times to rest in God. But the truth is that for the disciples, it was when everything was raging around them that they found rest in Christ's presence. So as you strive on our behalf, may I say thank you. We are praying for you, and may you experience soul rest in Christ. God bless you all, and see you soon.